Today, on Running to Him.
It is wrong to judge those who came before us based on our standards today. We will read through the Pentateuch until January, and today we read Genesis chapters 6 through 8, and we will concentrate on chapter 6, verses 5 through 9. Genesis 6, 5 through 9 says, "Then the Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great on the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord was sorry that he had made man on the earth, and he was grieved in his heart. And the Lord said, I will blot out man from whom I have created from the face of the land, from man to animals to creeping things and to birds of the sky, for I am sorry I have made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord." These are the records of the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his time. Noah walked with God. Now, the past few years of the political situation in the United States has been very interesting and very disconcerting. We are in this situation because of the frustration we are feeling. In 2019 and 20, with the pandemic winding down, demonstrators took to the streets and began to attack the police violently, federal buildings and businesses, and some even attacked Congress on January 6, 2021. Many demanded that there be a massive change in the way we treated those who came before us. And the racial component of these riots and demonstrations focused on what people from an earlier time did, particularly when it came to slavery. Even men who led the abolitionist movements were not spared. So the question has to be asked, how should we judge those who came before us? And how should future generations judge us? Now, Noah's time was terrible. Everything, every type of sin was at the forefront of those people's minds. There was sexual immorality, there were murders, and there were people who were so prideful that a man by the name of Lamech made the claim that if someone touched him to try and hurt him, that person would be judged 7 times more harshly than someone attempting to kill Cain. Even verse 5 of Genesis chapter 6 tells us the intent of the thoughts of every man was only evil. Yet Noah was found to be righteous. But when we're describing Noah, there's something that we generally don't look at. It doesn't say that Noah was perfect. It says Noah was righteous in his time. And that's the most important description we can have about Noah. We cannot judge Noah by our standards. We cannot judge George Washington by our standards. We cannot judge anyone who is dead by our standards, because our standards might be different from the standards of those who came before us. When we look at history, we must remember to judge those people by what they knew, not by what they didn't know. A good example of this is judging the doctors who, in reality, killed George Washington because of the procedures that they followed. In Washington's day, it was standard procedure to allow leeches to suck the bad blood out of a person's body. George Washington had a sore throat, maybe even the flu, but the doctors kept on drawing blood out of him, and eventually they bled him to death. But we don't call them murderers. We call them uninformed. So we are to be righteous in our own time. We cannot judge those who came before us using the standards that we have in our society. We might say they were wrong, but only God knows a person's heart, and only He can judge them as evil.
Thank you for listening. We pray that today's devotion was meaningful to you. We would love to hear from you. You can use either Facebook or YouTube to like, subscribe, share, and tell others about us. If you would like to contact us, you can reach me at phineasjacobus at runningtohim.net.